Hello and welcome back to Real English with Real Teachers. In this video, you, Mr. or Mrs. English learner, you are going to learn how to talk about being frauded. Oh dear, sorry. Oh, that's me. I'm so sorry. That was a terrible start. You're going to learn how to talk about being conned or being frauded in English. So if you stick around, you're going to hear loads of expressions, 15 in context of a real story, and you're going to learn how to use them and put them into practice live with us today in this lesson. So don't go anywhere.
That's right. And we are the real teachers of this channel, and we're able to expose you to British language that you won't find in your textbooks. So we're going to get started with a hilarious story in my point of view and a very sad story for Harry. I do have a huge amount of sympathy, but I'm also finding the funny side of this one. But we won't tell you the story quite yet, will we, Harry? Because we want to be the real teachers and give you the phrases that you're going to be exposed to in the story.
Exactly. And that's going to be the structure. So we'll give you the phrases, we'll tell you a story, and then we'll give you the chance to participate and use them to test whether you've been listening properly and that you've learned them. Before we get into the video, we just want to let you know it has kindly been sponsored by our good friends over at italki. So as Charlie mentioned, we are professional English teachers and we are on italki. So if you want to book lessons with us, you can go over there and click the link and book one-to-one lessons with us. But it's a really good platform, isn't it, Charlie?
It is, yes. You get thousands of teachers to choose from. They have a 5-star rating, so you can choose the best of the bunch, or you can choose an up-and-coming star that might be even cheaper than a portion of chips on the seaside in Brighton.
That's true, yeah. Charlie, you had a lesson with an Indonesian guy, and the price of that lesson was actually about the cost of a portion of chips, wasn't it?
It was. Well, if you were to go to London and a tourist spot, it'd probably be a third of the price as well. So I could have 3 Indonesian lessons for the price of some chips in London.
Exactly. So if you don't want to waste your money on unhealthy food like chips and you want to invest your money in English lessons, then what are you waiting for? Well, actually, do watch this video first and then click the link in the description box of this video, book your first lesson, and then you'll be given $10 to spend on your next one. So you could book a lesson with Charlie, have a trial lesson, and then get a lesson with me if you fancy it.
You're about to say the same thing you said last time. After you realise that Charlie's bad, you can come and have a lesson with me.
Yeah. No, I didn't want to say that. I want to encourage people to have lessons with you, Charlie.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, no, you're a great teacher. But we share quite a lot of students, don't we? Sometimes.
We do, yeah. I've actually had an email recently saying, thank you very much for that lesson. Am I allowed to have one with Harry?
Can I have one with Harry now?
Yeah. I obviously emailed back saying, absolutely not.
No, of course. Yeah. I've never let them have them with you. I say,
Okay.
no, don't. You can have one with Charlie, but I will never speak to you again.
Okay, so as this title of this video shows, there's been a bit of a scam. There's been a horror story on eBay lately, and one of your teachers is going to tell you the real situation. But to begin with, the vocabulary. So the first one, I already said, a scam. A scam is a criminal activity, and it involves one person or maybe a group of people being wronged, and usually losing money.
Exactly. So you've been like deceived, I guess. You've been deceived and tricked, and they've bet in your money.
Tricked, yeah, very good. And you are tricked by the con artist. The con artist. So the person who is doing the conning. To con someone is a verb as well. And they are the illegal, the naughty person.
Very naughty, very naughty. You're not a con artist, are you, Charlie?
Oh, no, not at all. Just make sure that you get a lesson with me, and I'll send you an invoice very soon. Yeah.
Do you send the invoice before the lesson and then not turn up?
That would be very con artist like, wouldn't it? But no, I do turn up. I'm not a no-show kind of guy.
Oh, good. Well, I'm glad to hear that, partner. The next one is a fraudster. So very similar to a con artist or a con man. It's someone who is frauding you, someone who is robbing your money, basically. And often a fraudster does this by changing their identity and pretending to be somebody else. So that is a fraudster. A fraudster. You can't trust fraudsters.
No, you can't. No. The next one, I was going to say, have you ever been frauded? But that's the whole point of this video. So the next one, to be stung. To be stung. And this is just like to be scammed, to be done, to be fooled, to be tricked. But yeah, a nice colloquialism, to be stung. A bit like a wasp or a bee stings you. Ow! I was stung.
It really hurts, doesn't it, to be stung? It hurts literally when a bee stings you, but also when you are conned or when you are stung, it hurts.
It does. It does. Yeah.
So the next one is, and it's a synonym, a perfect synonym of to be stung or to be conned, and it's to be done or to be had. So you've got two options. You can say to be done or to be had. So I was had or I was done, or I've been done or I've been had. And you'll notice that we're always using these in the passive, because often when you are conned, when you are done, when you are had, when you are stung, you don't know who has done it. So it's most appropriate to use a passive construction. Because we're talking about ourselves, we're the important person, we're the subject of this, and we feel sorry for ourselves. And we don't know who did it. So we wouldn't say, he stung me, because I don't know who did it. So I was done, I was had.
Very nice. And then there's another phrase that I've put in red because Harry and I actually never use it, but it's one of those that you might find in your textbook. And we would personally think that it's a little bit outdated, a little bit like cats and dogs. It's raining cats and dogs. So to be done like a kipper. Now, of course, it's subjective. There might be lots of British English speakers that use this in different pockets of the UK, but Harry's from Bedford, I'm from Surrey, and neither of us like it. So there you go. Take what you want from that. To be done like a kipper is a bit outdated for us.
Yes, and for those of you who don't know what a kipper is, it's a type of fish, very smelly, but nice. They're very cheap, kippers, really, really cheap, actually.
Oh, and it could be stitched, to be done or stitched like a kipper.
Okay, stitched up like a kipper?
Stitched, to be stitched up like a kipper, yeah, okay. Yeah.
So just omit the bit like a kipper, yeah? So it's okay to say I've been stitched up or I've been done, but just maybe don't bother with the like a kipper bit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Very good.
Okay. I was worried we might have some dead air there, Charlie.
Sorry, I was Googling.
All right, cool. The next one, we have mentioned this, but it's to be conned. So this is the most common way to say it. I've been conned. So I'm using the present perfect here because it's something recent. It's something recent. It's just happened. When you're giving new news to something, and you'll see in news articles, they use the present perfect a lot. So I'm saying, I've been conned. It's just happened. I've been conned.
To be conned. Okay. And the next one, do you want to write this one out? To be mugged off. To be mugged off. I just double checked, and I need to backtrack. The done like a kipper is apparently done up like a kipper, just like stitched up. So it's done up or stitched up like a kipper, but we don't really use it, and therefore we don't really know about it, do we?
No, we don't. Okay, nice one. Thanks for that. And clearing that one up. To clear something up, to explain something. To be mugged off. To be mugged off. Another good synonym. So the reason we're giving you so many different options with these different synonyms and ways to say the same thing is that with language, everyone's an individual. Everyone has a different way of expressing themselves. So we want you to choose the one that sounds natural for you. Which one sounds good for you? Charlie, what do you say? I've been done, I've been had, I've been mugged off, I've been conned. What would you say?
I think I would say you've been mugged off or you've been done, but then I would say I've been conned. Don't know why, but maybe it feels a little bit more like taking the piss out of you.
Yes.
And I've been fooled in a criminal activity, conned.
Yeah. That's good actually.
Okay, so the next one, I really like this, and this is how you feel about the situation of being scammed or being conned. And you can say, I look, or you can say, you look like a right tit. To look like, oh, hang on.
Could I say I feel like a right tit as well?
Yeah, you could. Yeah, I feel like a right tit. And that doesn't mean the right breast. This means I feel like a complete tit, a complete idiot.
It was funny when we were planning this lesson. It was basically, because this has just happened to me. Charlie was basically just giving me all these insults for the lesson, but really they were aimed at me. So it was like, yeah, that's a really good one, Charlie. But
yeah, you look like a right tit. That's a great phrase, isn't it? Because that fits with you do look like a right tit, don't you?
Exactly. So tit, idiot. And this is so British, isn't it? You couldn't. They definitely wouldn't say that in America. Oh my God, he's such a tit.
I don't know that. I don't know. I'm not ready to say if they do or not.
I really doubt it. I really doubt it. Anyone who's keen on American English, let us know in the comments. I'm keen on American English, and I don't think they say it. But the next one is to feel like a fool. A fool or a mug. A fool or a mug. So when you've been conned, you feel like an idiot, and you can say, I feel like a fool. I feel like a mug. Feel like a fool, feel like a mug. It's the same as like an idiot. Someone who is easily deceived. Someone who is easily deceived.
Easily deceived. Okay. And then in this story, Harry rang somebody and they told him this phrase: it's a tough pill to swallow. It's a tough pill to swallow. And you'll learn from the context even more of when he tells you it, but there you go. It's a tough pill to swallow, meaning something that has happened is hard to accept. Something that has happened is hard to accept. And it's usually maybe going to be a bit attacking on your ego. You're going to feel like your ego has been damaged in some way. Would you say, Harry?
Totally. Yeah, it is. And we could also say a bitter pill to swallow, right?
That's right. Yeah, it's a tough or bitter pill to swallow.
Absolutely. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it does attack my ego. It makes me feel terrible, really. So bitter, we use this when we have feelings of anger, resentment, these negative feelings, because we feel like someone has treated us badly or unfairly and justice has not been done. So that's why it's a bitter pill to swallow. So I feel this anger, I feel these feelings of like, I've been deceived, feel like a fool. So it is a bitter pill to swallow. And you'll see why in the story. The next one is gullible. So this adjective means that you are someone who easily believes a lie. You are easily deceived. So,
Oh, but we can't really use that word anymore because it's been taken out of the dictionary.
what? Gullible? Aha! That was very good, Charlie. That was very good. So that is just proof of how gullible I am. I nearly fell for that. I nearly fell for that. I nearly believed it.
That's a nice one. Yeah, to fall for something, to believe something, believe a lie as well.
Yes.
So Harry fell for a trick that he's going to tell you about. He fell hard as well.
Okay, Charlie, what's the next one?
To be hard done by. To be hard done by. Now, Harry felt more than hard done by in this episode, but it means to feel like you've not been treated very nicely or you've been unfairly treated. To be hard done by.
Yeah, I do. I definitely feel like that. I definitely feel like that. We're getting closer to the story, guys. Don't worry. Very exciting. Very exciting. And the last one is to feel. Don't know why I've changed color of pens. This one's really running out of ink. But it's to feel conned. I feel conned. So you're going to see you can use this word in lots of different ways. It's very, very versatile verb. I feel conned. I feel conned. I feel like I've been tricked. I feel doesn't feel good. Doesn't feel good, Charlie. Help me. Console me.
Yeah. It'll be all right. Yeah, you'll get your money back. It's going to be fine. Don't worry.
Really?
Maybe. So someone's asked, what's the difference between gullible and naive? Gullible and naive. I would say, Harry, help me out as well, but I would say gullible means that you fall for things, you're tricked easily, and naive means that you are not very experienced.
I think that's a really good distinction. Yeah, they definitely overlap, but because sometimes you can be gullible because you don't have much experience.
Absolutely.
But yeah, the actual meaning is you don't have lots of experience to inform your judgment of something. So totally, that's a really good distinction. But you can use them interchangeably. You can say, oh, I was too naive and I fell for it, or I was too gullible and I fell for it.
Yeah, I think we should put that on, to fall for something. It's coming up a lot.
Charlie, write it on the board, my friend. Put it down. Come on, this is good. This is real English with real teachers.
Okay, so scrappy one. It's official. It's now on the board. To fall for something. Although I've been told that my Fs are absolutely awful.
I agree. Your Fs are really weird.
I'm going to try and do a normal F.
I think it's like, you know, when you learn to do Fs, it's like when you're like 2 years old. I think you learn to do like an S and then you put a line through it. And I think you took that a little bit too literally.
Yeah, I think I remember with the G and the F, I used to get really carried away with the little bit there. And I used to go all over the place.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, so is that better?
Well, that is better, yeah. It looks like a seahorse.
That's what I was going for. Yeah. Okay. So to fall for something, that is the last phrase that we're going to put on the board. We've covered all our bases. We've told you all of the phrases that we want to focus on. Now it's time for the story to be revealed, for Harry to take his place on the podium and reveal what this eBay scam was all about.
Yeah, on the podium, I would be #1 mug.
#1 mug. Yeah, of course you would be, because you were quite naive to how eBay works, right?
I was naive to how eBay. I mean, I was very familiar with how eBay works, but I wasn't aware that there were fraudsters like this present on eBay. So just to give you some background, I've recently put a laptop on eBay to sell because I got a new laptop and I wanted to sell my old one to make a little bit of money. So I put it on there and I had lots of bidders, and there was a winning bidder, and that was Sunday night. It was sold and I made £780, and I was delighted. I was very happy. Very happy with that.
Okay. So a bidder, a person who risks or like suggests a price for your product.
Exactly. A bidder. Yeah, exactly. They make an offer, a bidder, and they bid. To bid is a verb. So they bidded and they won the item.
Okay.
And so the moment that item was won by this bidder, I received an email saying, "Hey, have you received payment? I've now changed address, and I've been." Well, should I read you out the email?
Yes. Read out the email.
I'll read it out with correct English because they were actually non-native speaker and they made some mistakes. And later in this lesson, we'll look at the email and we'll correct it together because that will be interesting. So I received this email literally the moment after it was sold. Okay, so I thought this was the lucky winner. He was happy. He sent me this email. "Hello. First of all, did you receive the payment for the item?" So I would say, "Have you received the payment?" because it's more recent, but it's okay. It's okay. "I've bought the laptop from you today. I hope it's in good condition." So he sounds quite excited, really. "I've bought this laptop as a gift for my old friend, but he has moved house, or he has moved to a new house." Okay, he has moved to a new house. "I have used his old address in the shipping details. I tried to call eBay to fix it, but due to the amount of calls, I just wasted 2 hours on hold." So eBay put him on hold. He had to wait. "I want you to send the laptop to his new address, please, when you receive payment, of course. Sorry for bothering." And then he put the new address below, and it was an address in Essex.
Wow. Okay. So what did you think at that moment on receiving that message?
Well, because I am a little bit naive in this sense, like I don't use eBay very much. So I believed it. I took it at face value. I just believed it straight away. I didn't really consider the thought this guy was lying. So I was like, okay, well, sounds believable.
Yeah, it didn't sound malicious, did it?
No, it didn't sound malicious. It didn't sound malicious. And I just thought, yeah, okay. So I'm going to send it to that address tomorrow. And then the moment after, like a minute after that, I received payment. I responded to his email and I said, "Oh, hey, well done on the bidding, you know, well done on the bidding. I'll send this. The laptop's in good condition as described on the listing. So just, you know, I'll send it to you tomorrow and it should be with you by Thursday or Wednesday rather."
So not only had you believed his email, you were also apologizing and letting him know about how the product is and that you hope him to have a successful experience with your delivery.
Totally. Yeah, I fell for it. I totally fell for it. Fell for it. And I said, yeah, I'll send you the tracking number so he knows when the laptop's going to arrive.
Wow. Okay. So to sum up, you put a computer on eBay. Lots of people bid for it. The final bidder got the desired amount. And then at that moment, another person messaged you, but it looked, or you assumed it was the same person, and they told you to change the address of the recipient.
Exactly. And that's a good verb. I assumed he was the winning bidder. I didn't check his username. Now, because I was a bit naive, I don't use eBay very much, I didn't think to do that. So I assumed that he was the winning bidder. So to assume is when you believe something, you have a belief about something before you have the evidence. So I assumed that that he was the winning bidder. But then last night I was happily cooking, listening to some Stevie Wonder, "Isn't She Lovely?" And then I went to my laptop just to check that the item had arrived safely.
You went to your other laptop, your new one?
I went to the laptop that I still have. Yeah, thanks, Charlie. And I received a message from the winning bidder saying, "Item was not delivered and was shipped to and signed for an address in Dagenham, nowhere near my address. What is the explanation? Is this a scam? Is this a scam? Please advise ASAP." And I was like, oh no!
That is a terrible message to read when you're boiling some pasta. That's what you were doing, wasn't it?
I was boiling pasta, and it was. I set a timer on my Alexa. I'm going to say Alexa quietly because otherwise she will respond.
Bloody women, always listening, aren't they?
Women, eh? Women. What can you do? What can you do? Can't live with them. Can't live without them. And it was 10 minutes as well. So the pasta had 2 more minutes to cook. So I had music playing. Everything was just, I had this happy setting, but I was distraught.
Oh, it's terrible. So you, as quick as a flash, lost 780 quid.
780 quid. Yeah. So I responded to the guy. I said, "Oh no, I think we've been scammed, but really I've been scammed." I told him about the email I'd received. I said, "This is not a scam." And yeah, so what's happened is this guy, this fake bidder, has received my laptop. He has signed for the laptop. He's accepted it. And I've been had. And I've been conned, I've been mugged off because I was too gullible.
Gosh, yeah. And when you told me the story, did you feel a bit embarrassed?
Yeah, I actually, no, telling you it, I didn't feel embarrassed. Maybe I should feel more embarrassed, really. I feel like a fool. I do feel like a fool because it's quite an obvious trick, isn't it? I mean, he did it well. It was a good email. The email really convinced me.
Yeah, it was a good email. He sold it to you very well. So you didn't feel like a right tit at that moment?
No, I didn't feel like a right tit. I didn't feel like a right tit then. Now, 12 hours later, I do feel like a tit. I feel like a complete tit.
Okay. Yeah, glad we got that covered.
Yeah, definitely feel like a complete tit.
And then, so you decided to ring some people, didn't you?
I decided to, Harry wanted to clear things up. I don't know why I'm talking about myself.
That's all right. That's all right. Keep going. You can third person it.
Thanks, Charlie. So I wanted to try and get to the bottom of this. Find the issue, to get to the bottom of this. But also I wanted to find someone to investigate it. So I've called the police. Firstly, I called eBay, actually. I called eBay. And eBay said, because it's not a full transaction, i.e., in other words, the actual winner didn't receive the item, I can't file a complaint. I can't make a claim on eBay. I can't start a new case to try and get my money. I can't. And I feel hard done by. I feel like eBay have treated me unfairly. because it's on their platform. They're allowing this activity to happen, to take place. And I feel hard done by. I feel like I've been treated unfairly.
Yeah, I can imagine. And I remember you saying that when you rang them, the lady that answered in America was very much just sticking to the script of what you should say to try to show empathy. Remember that?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she's. Oh yeah, I was like, I've been conned. And she was like, I understand that you feel like you feel sad for what has happened, but please understand, sir, that I am doing all I can to resolve this issue for you. Now, please tell me what has happened. It was so infuriating. It was so annoying.
Infuriating. That's a nice word, though. Like enraging, really, really horrible.
Yes, makes you feel angry, makes you feel furious. Makes you feel furious. How do you think you would have felt in that situation, Jazz?
I would have felt exactly the same. Yeah, I think everyone would feel hard done by, to say the least. And I would maybe shout at eBay for their lack of attention and letting this slip by. So you rang eBay, you felt like they didn't treat you with the utmost respect that you deserve. And they kind of washed their hands of it, didn't they?
They washed their hands of it. Yeah, that's a really good one. That's a really good one that we didn't say at the beginning. But to wash your hands of something, that's when you say you say, I don't want to be involved in this, and I don't want to accept the responsibility. I'm not assuming responsibility for this. So eBay washed their hands of this, or they washed their hands of me. Yeah, they did. They're bastards. So what I did was today, I called the police. That they didn't answer. It wasn't the emergency number. They're gonna call me back later. But so I called a private investigator in Essex, which is where the laptop was delivered. So it's where the fraudster, the con artist, received and signed for the laptop.
Okay, so it sounds like you put the matter into your own hands, or you took the matter into your own hands by going privately to an investigator rather than just hoping that you'd get your justice through the government or the company that sorted it originally.
Exactly. Yes. So this is a really good one. Yeah, I took it into my own hands. I thought, well, eBay aren't going to do anything. The police aren't even answering the phone. So I'm going to take it into my own hands. I'm going to deal with it myself. So I called a private investigator, and I said, how can you help me with this? And he said, yes, but it's quite expensive. So just for them to find out who lives in this property, it would have cost £299. And then £600 if I want them to go to the property and to survey it.
Wow. Okay. So you'd have already lost 100 odd quid if you got the money back.
Yeah, I would have lost all my money. Yeah, I would have like lost the 700 of the laptop and some. Yeah, I like that.
And some. That's nice.
That's really good. So there's two really good expressions there. You said 100 odd pounds, and I said and some. So what did you mean when you said 100 odd pounds?
Yeah, it's a good way of covering your back. If you don't know exactly what amount you're talking about, you can just say the figure odd. So 200 odd pounds. It means an amount, a rough amount.
Exactly. And then Charlie said, yeah, so you would have actually lost like 100 odd pounds. And then I said, and some. So the stress on and some. And what that means is more, even more than 100. So I was saying, and some.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. So there's the terrible story that Harry has taken part in. hopefully there's a happy ending at the end of this drama, but we're in the middle of it right now. This was this morning, so it can't get fresher, more real content than this, can it, Harry? This is real news with real teachers.
It's real news, it's real English in real content. It's literally just happened. So I hope us, telling you this real story helps you to keep these phrases in your head, because
you can imagine that Harry is a right tit.
Yeah. So just imagine Harry's a right tit. What a fool.
Yeah. Okay. So now we want you guys to use the vocabulary and phrases that we've been teaching you and put it into action by getting active in the chat and telling us about a story that you've maybe experienced, or one that you want to imagine if that's too disastrous for you to think about. So get in the comments. Harry's going to jump over to the email that he got and correct it to show you the mistakes that the non-native made and how to correct them. And whilst he's doing that, you guys get active in the comments, and then at the end, we'll read some of those.
Yes. So out of a lack of respect for this person, I am going to post the whole email, including his address, because he is a piece of shit. So here's the email. We're going to go through it and correct his English. So here we go. I'm posting it into. I don't think I can. It's too big to post in, Charlie.
Oh no! Really?
Oh, that's a shame.
Do half of it. Do the first couple of sentences.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll start with the first sentence. Good call. Break it down. Thank you, teacher. Okay, so here's the first sentence, guys, and let's see how we can correct it. So he started with hello. Nice introduction. I would have said hey, but that's fine. First of all, did you receive the payment for the item? I'd say the item. So here we need the article the item. And also I would say have you received? In America, they use the present perfect less. So maybe he's opted for a more American English. So it's not a problem if you use the past simple here, but I would use the present perfect. Have you received the item? Have you received the payment yet? He then said, I've bought a laptop. I'd say a laptop. I've bought a laptop from you today. I hope it's in good condition. So we need the apostrophe. It is in good condition. So that's the first sentence. Charlie, shall I post the next one?
And I'm just writing it out, correcting it visually. So, hello. First of all, have you received the payment for the item yet? ? And then I would just say simple. I bought a laptop from you today. Would you? I
would actually. Yeah.
Bought a laptop from you earlier today.
Earlier today.
I hope it's in good condition.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then here's his next sentence. I've bought this laptop as a gift for my friend, for my old friend. Why would you buy a gift for your old friend?
So I'm assuming that he means his friend who is older than him, not his ex-friend. As you can see, Harry's very raw emotionally right now, and any mistake from this guy seems something that he can pounce on.
Yeah, it's just now it's all kind of, I'm thinking more and more about it. A gift for so an old friend, that would mean someone you've been friends with for a long time. Or no, someone that maybe, you've had for a friend for a long time, or you haven't seen them for a long time, right?
An old friend. Yeah, an old friend is someone that you haven't seen for a long time, but you're still very much close friends.
Yes, that's it. But he has moved to a new house. This is all good, actually.
But I would still remove the perfect. I have bought this laptop. I bought this laptop as a gift. Would you say that?
I think it sounds okay because I think it doesn't really matter, really. But I think it sounds fine. I've bought this laptop as a gift for my old friend because it's literally just happened. It sounded good at the time. I've bought this laptop for an old friend. I bought this laptop for an old friend. Personally, I think it's okay.
If it's in the moment, I would go for I just bought this laptop as a gift for blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay. And then here's the next sentence. Okay. So he said I've used his old address. So it's his, as in his cup. So the possessive, his old address in the shipping details. Say the shipping details. I tried to call eBay to fix it, but due to the amount of calls, not due to amount of calls, I just wasted 2 hours on hold.
Okay.
And then the last sentence is I want you to send laptop. So I want you to send the laptop to his new address, not his new address. Please, when you receive payment. Of course, I guess that means. And sorry for bothering. That's it. That is the email. So if you're not watching live, or if you are watching live, it's in the comments. I've posted that into the comments, so you can, while I'm correcting it, you can look at them. So that's the email, guys. Now it's your turn to use these expressions. I would love to see you writing in your comments with all these expressions that we have used today. We've got absolutely loads. So please do write in your comments. So we've already got some, Charlie, from Marianne Green. We have one. So what if your con artist is watching this now, Harry? God, that's a scary thought, isn't it?
That is a little bit. What would you say to him, eh?
I would say, send me my laptop back, you bastard.
That was a heavy bastard, wasn't it? A lot of emotion in that one.
Yeah, I'd just say, please, can you send my money back? Because it doesn't feel good. But I've thought about sending an email to him and saying, look, I'm about to hire a private investigator. He will find you and he will kill you.
And his name is Liam Neeson.
Yeah. So if you don't want that to happen, just send it back and, I'll forget about it.
Yeah. Taken 4. The Dell laptop goes to Dagenham.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, we got another one from Kirana Aisha. It's always Harry who's experienced unpleasant things that was later on used as a lesson. Poor Harry. Yeah, I agree, Kirana. Yeah.
What was the last one?
Well, it's just the Santander account, but that actually worked out okay.
Yeah, that worked out with you skipping from for joy. Okay, so the next one, I remember being ripped off at my uni canteen. This is from a Vladimir. Hopefully, I knew the authorities who could step in and solve the problem. But anyway, at first, I felt conned and fooled. What a scam. Ha ha ha. What were you ripped off at, though? What actually happened? Tell us what happened at the uni canteen.
Maybe he bought I don't know, some sausages thinking they were pork and they turned out to be horse meat. Good
example. Yes, that's happened to the best of us. Yeah. So Vlad, thank you very much for that example. Ruxar, once a man tried to trick my mother into giving her money by telling all the fancy stories. all these fancy stories. She didn't realize he was a fraudster and fell for it. Very nice. She got mugged off. Ruxar, brilliant, brilliant, very good. See you in class.
Is this your student?
Guilty.
So and Vladimir is mine. I don't want to just try to.
That's fine. Ding ding ding.
Vladimir is my student as well. So hi Vladimir, or he was. Please come back. Junior, I've bought this laptop as a gift for my friend as a redress for forgetting his birthday 3 years in a row. Okay.
I like that. 3 years in a row. It's quite easy to do that, isn't it?
Yeah. No, it is. It happens. Redress. I wouldn't use the word redress. I don't know if that is a word, actually. What would you say instead of this, Charlie?
I just Googled it. A remedy or set right. The power to redress the grievances of our citizens. Okay. But Harry and I don't use it. So perhaps I would offer for my friend as a token of appreciation, or as a
to make up for.
Brilliant. Yeah, to make up for something.
Sounds like a good word, though. Sounds like a word we should be using. Sounds like real English. So yeah, I bought him a laptop to make up for forgetting his birthday 3 years in a row. Okay, cool. So you've already done Ruxars. You got any others, Charlie?
Yeah, Alexander. I've already finished working. I'm having lunch at the moment with a couple of colleagues. They all say hi. We all love your channel. P.S. We are all teachers. Hey. Lovely to hear that all these teachers are watching this video. We feel honored. That's amazing. Oh, thank you, Alexander. Hello to you and your teacher friends, real teachers. Thank you for watching. That's amazing. I love that teachers watch us. We've also got one from someone called April saying arsehole. Oh, that's nice. I hope that's aimed at the fraudster, April. For some reason, I don't think it is. I look forward to doing a correcting horrible comments. And as we promised, we do a favorite comments of the month, like nice comments video. Yeah, that'll be nice. That'll be nice. Definitely more entertaining to read the horrible ones. Have you read the one about Ruxar's mum being tricked? Have you? Yes. Okay, right. Poor girl. Okay, well, thank you very much, all. I hope you've enjoyed this lesson. Charlie, I believe you've made a Quizlet set. Is that right? That's right. It will be available in the next 15 minutes after the end of this live stream. So I'm putting together all of the phrases that we've talked about into a flashcard, an online platform that allows you flashcards on your phone, that allows revision at any time, on the go or on the toilet, wherever you like. Your own decision. On the go or on the toilet, exactly. So you might as well use that. It's free. It's a great way to brush up on your English and keep revising and make these phrases active. So thank you very much, guys, for joining us live. Remember, if you want English lessons with us, just hit that italki link below or go on our respective websites, which are also below. It's been lovely having you. Thank you for your live participation and for watching it after. And please give this a like if you would like me to get my money back, or the laptop. That's a good way to get likes, yeah. Please give me my money back, eBay. I got 1,000 likes. Yeah, and we should also say, if this video went viral, I might make some money back. So please share this video. Tell your friends about us. That will really help. That sounded rather desperate. But anyway, we hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for listening. Subscribe if you haven't already. Check out our website and watch another video if you would like to. Bye for now.